Under Section 29 of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act, 1996, arbitral proceedings with more than one arbitrator, any decision of the arbitral tribunal shall be made by majority of its members. With more than one arbitrator, any decision of the arbitral tribunal shall be made by majority of its members. Arbitral proceedings with more than one arbitrator. In decision of the arbitral tribunal, majority of its members. Provision for maintenance pendant right in Hindu Marriage Act 1953 is given by provision of maintenance pendant right in the Hindu Marriage Act section 24. Provision for maintenance pendant right. A Muslim wife may sue for divorce under the resolution of Muslim Marriage Act. A Muslim wife may sue for divorce. 1939 section 2. If the husband has been insane for a period of 2 years, insane pakala, Muslim woman has option to be governed by provision of section 125 to 128 of Criminal Procedure Code 1973. Which section of the Muslim woman protection of rights and divorce? And 96 deal with Muslim woman has option to be governed by the provision of section 125 to 128. Protection of rights and divorce. Section 5P. Criminal Procedure Code. Muslim women protection of rights and divorce. Section 5P. Which of the following is not a ground of a void marriage? Under section 11, the Hindu Marriage Act, void marriage, not a ground of a void marriage. Under section 11 of Hindu Marriage Act, child marriage is not a void marriage. Under section 11, child marriage to following not a ground of void marriage. Sapinda relationship means third generation, mother generation, father. Third generation, mother, fifth generation was father. Section 2F1 of the Evidence Act provides that Sapinda relationship with reference to any person extend as far as the third generation, inclusive in the line of ascent, mother and fifth generation of father. First generation, which counted to be counted as first generation in the line of ascent to the father, the line being traced upwards, in each case from the person concerned. Which one of the following is not a ground of divorce in the Hindu Marriage Act? डिवोर्स का ग्राउंड नहीं है. लिविंग सेपरेटली फॉर लेस देन 3 months in the marriage act. Which one of the following is not a ground of divorce? डिवोर्स का ग्राउंड नहीं है. लिविंग सेपरेटली फॉर लेस देन 3 months, 3 मास अलग रहना. As per section 13 of Hindu Marriage Act, besides other grounds, mental disorder, venereal disease, incommunicable form, incurable unsound mind, and are grounds of divorce. For living separately for less than 3 months is not ground. Indian Christian can obtain divorce under following enactment. Indian Christian can obtain divorce under which of the following enactment? Indian Christian divorce Indian Divorce Act 1869. The section 12 of the Hindu Maintenance Act Adoption Act 1956 deal with Hindu Maintenance Act and Adoption Act. Its effect of adoption. None of the following categories of case will not be entertained as public interest litigations. PIL. PIL landlord tenant matter. The following categories of case will not be entertained as public interest. Case will not be entertained as public interest litigation. PIL. Landlord tenant matter. Landlord. Public interest litigation. PIL. In Gaurav Jain vs. Union of India, 15 June 2020, PL before the court sought various reliefs. Waiver of rent, not eviction of the tenant due to the non-payment of rent. The Delhi High Court stated the general prayer for waiver of rent. This court, while exercising power under Article 26 of the Constitution of India, the payment of rent depends on a contractual arrangement. Tenant and the landlord. The court will be extremely slow in the interfering with the terms which have been entered into by the parties. Case of the petitioner that all such contract were entered into under coercion, बाध्यतामूलक, fraud, mistakes. All such contract were entered into under coercion, fraud, mistake, undue influence, nor was there any compulsion on the part of tenant to enter into such contract with landlord. It is not the case of the petitioner that all such contracts were entered into the under coercion, fraud, mistake, influence, nor was there any compulsion in such contract, which is known as father of public interest litigation. P.N. Bhagavati. In our judicial system, when P.N. Bhagavati was Chief Justice of India, considered PL in the judicial system. He has been called the father of public interest in India due to his contribution to public interest litigation jurisprudence. Which of the following is not a real purpose of public interest litigation? Which of the following is not a real purpose of public? Getting famous and making wealth. Getting famous or making wealth. In Subhash Kumar versus State of Bihar, it was observed that public interest litigation contemplates legal proceeding for vindication or enforcement. The following is not real purpose of public interest litigation. Meaningful realization of fundamental rights, facilitate effective access to justice, vindication of the rule of law. In Subhash Kumar versus State of Bihar, public interest litigation contemplates legal proceeding for vindication or enforcement. Rights of a group of persons or community. They are not able to enforce their fundamental rights on account of their incapacity, poverty or ignorance of law. A person invoking the jurisdiction of this court under Article 32 must approach this court for the vindication of the fundamental rights of affected persons, and not for the purpose of vindication of his personal grudge or enmity. Bihar. It was observed that public interest litigation contemplates legal proceeding for vindication. Legal proceeding को in Hus, the Husinara Khatun versus State of Bihar, basic fundamental right to speedy justice. In Husinara Khatun versus State of Bihar, emerge basic fundamental rights. Which of the following writ can be issued against a usurpation of a public office? Which of the following writ can be issued against? Writ of quo warranto. Rees Baldwin's case deals with natural justice. Natural justice. Baldwin case deals with meaning of Oddi alteram partem. Oddi alteram partem. A person cannot be condemned without being heard. Rules made by Alti. Meaning of Oddi alteram pattern means Oddi alteram pattern. Not be condemned without heard. बिना सुन के किसी को ब्लेम नहीं करना.